Welcome to Saturday Morning Dooger. Let's see if this webcam is working. You know how we do around here. It's all in the moment. In the moment. Text stuff. Here we go. Yep, good. It does work. Hi, everybody. Hello. Let's see. We good? Yeah, I think so. We did the thing. It works. So that's good. We played some good music. You know. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Your hair looks amazing. Thank you. I washed it. Thank you. I washed it. And then I did the thingy where you're like, I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist it like this. And then tie it up. And then when I take it down, it'll have like a little curl at the bottom. The problem is it normally makes it like the bottom of your hair just looks weird. It doesn't look nicely curled. It just looks like somebody crimped it. Like you accidentally shut it in a mammogram machine or something. So, I did my best. I did my best. 2 years. Wow, my daughter just had her first birthday. Oh, happy birthday, little one. And happy 2 years, Deb. Thank you very much. I like your voice. Thank you. Within your name is McLeod, so I'm assuming it's because of that. I assume that's why. Let me open... that was just a self-roast, because I try to work those in occasionally. Here we go. Toit. Kitten says, this is going to be the first live stream for me in a while. I'm going to sit with a cup of coffee and relax and chat and zen out. I hope everyone else can also zen and chill. Don't forget to drink water. Take your meds, do your stretchies, and love each other. Lovely. I hope you enjoy lurking today. Viridian Birch says, big Valentine to you, Doogs, and all of chat for being such a positive place to chill. My partner found out he's been made redundant this week. Your streams have really helped offset the stress. I'm so sorry. Give him a big hug for us. And Lady Natling says, I hope everyone in chat is having a wonderful Saturday. Today marks a week since I got married. My husband is already back in the U.S. again. I miss him so much. Saturday Morning Dukes makes everything a little better. I'm grateful for all of you. Oh, congrats. I know. I can't imagine being like, yay, we did. Oh, bye. I just listened to your Illuminati appearance. I really enjoyed it. Because I know that all of us have like a pretty strong like Scandinavian viewership. So I was like, if I fuck this up, I'm going to be roasted alive. Fortunately, like a few, specifically like Swedish viewers and listeners have been like, you mostly got it right. Like it's pretty accurate. You did a good job. So that has like really made me feel better. But yeah, it was very fun. It was very weird. To be honest, originally, what is going on here? Oh! Hold. And we're holding. And we're holding. And we're tightening. Okay. So, why do I want to roast you? Well, it's Illuminati, for anybody who doesn't listen to it, they like do a lot of research. They try to like be as accurate as possible as you can be with like supernatural themed things, right? There's always going to be some variation in information and stuff like that. Because it's like the world of the weird, right? And originally I wanted to do an episode about just like all of the creatures that can potentially like live in your house. And then it got too out of hand. There's so much lore around like that idea from everywhere, but I kept running into stuff where it was like, and then there's this thing, and it would look exactly like a gnome. And I was like, everybody has gnomes, but like they either call it something different or they think that they came up with it first or like whatever. So yeah, spoiler. My Chilluminati episode is me trying to potentially track where the imagery of the garden gnome came from. So it was very fun. And I think I made it pretty clear it was all like speculation on my part based on research. And yeah, I had a good time.
Welcome, you fine cat.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. There's also, I think a lot of the Chilluminati experience is being like, this is so weird. Like, what's going to happen? Like, what is this? Or like, ooh, this is kind of like spooky. It's none of that, right? It's like, let's talk about gnomes. Let's talk about what garden gnomes used to be. Yeah. So I'm glad that people enjoyed it so much. I know it was a very different vibe, but that was kind of my intention. Those blobkins sounded terrifying. Gonna go listen to it. I like gnomes. Amazing. I hope you guys like it. Yeah. And if you've never listened to Chilluminati before, their podcast is great. I talked about it either yesterday or the day before. It would have been the day before. Yeah. Because I canceled my stream yesterday so that I could make sure I had everything together for Chilluminati. But Mathis is like a believer. And Jesse is a full-on skeptic and doesn't believe in anything. And then Fasciani is like, I think it's all very neat. I hope it's real, right? Like that kind of a thing. So they're a really good gradient of opinions. Alex is the comic relief in between guy. He's definitely the like, here's a funny zinger guy. Yeah. I just subscribed. I never heard of it before now. I really want to listen. Yeah, they do some of their episodes occasionally are like viewer stories or listener stories. So listeners will like tell them about a supernatural experience that they had, and then they'll read it off and discuss it. And then like it goes all the way from that to like they did a 4-part Roswell series where they did a deep dive on what happened in Roswell and the information that we know and the information that is like not confirmed, and it's really cool. Yeah, they do a lot of research. So it's mostly just like what's like supernatural stuff, paranormal stuff, just like weird, unexplained sort of things. So yeah, it's great. And they're very funny. You still be on this pretty hard, to be honest. Also, if you like the vibe of them, Fasciani and Jesse are on another podcast, but with our other friend Davis, called Star Wars New Canon Book Club. And I don't care about Star Wars, and I don't know a whole lot about Star Wars, and I still love listening to the Star Wars New Canon Book Club. That is another podcast. They are super funny, and they read like all of the new novels that are coming out for the new canon of Star Wars. And like deep dive on the books, and it's, again, if you like the dynamic with Jesse and Fasciani, it carries over naturally to Star Wars New Canon Book Club. I always wondered if you had a scary ghost story from growing up on a farm to tell on Chilluminati. No, not really. There were spooky things that happened, but they were always explainable. Some of you with older houses that have chimneys, you'll know that occasionally, this is sad, but occasionally you'll wake up in the middle of the night to like scratching noises on the walls. It's because birds and animals can sometimes through the chimney get stuck in the walls and they die there. So you basically like just listen to them desperately trying to get out. Waking up to that sort of stuff is horrifying, but there's it's an explainable creepy thing that happens, you know? So yeah, there's definitely things like that. I remember when a friend of mine was taking pictures in an old barn nearby, and one of her pictures, like all of her pictures were normal, and then there was one picture that had like a big bright light in it, and she got really freaked out and was like, oh my God, this is a spirit telling me that I went too far and I was in their area and I needed to like leave. So she like purposefully went back to that barn and was like, hi, if there's a ghost here, I'm really sorry. I'll never come back and take pictures again. I hope you have a great day. She was like, I just need to look, I don't know if there's actually something there, but I just need to apologize just in case. It was very cute. So, yeah, but there isn't like, I didn't grow up, I've told you guys before, my dad was absolutely the sort of parent that was like, I'm not going to tell you things that aren't true. Right? So, I never believed in any of like the normal sort of things for kids to be told about. We didn't celebrate Christmas anyway, but I never believed in Santa. Or the Easter Bunny or any of that sort of stuff. I really wanted some things to be real, but my parents never like indulged that really. And specifically my dad never indulged any of that kind of stuff. So what's your stance on that with Clark? It's a little difficult. Also, shout out to all of the kids watching. Sorry about this topic. Did you ruin it for everyone else? I was definitely the kid in class who, like, when we were, I've told this story before, but when we were in kindergarten, our teacher was having us name things that were in the ocean, and a kid said mermaids, and our teacher was like, great, yes, mermaids, and wrote it down, and I was so mad. It's like, mermaids aren't real. Don't write that down. Looking back on it, I'm like, why was I so aggro about that? Like, I was just like, why would you write that down? Like, they're not real. And all of these other kids in my class were like, how dare you? Of course they are real. Yeah. Kindergarten for me, I think I was like 5. Yeah, because I was 6 in first grade and 7 in second grade. So I was a 5-year-old. Just like, you don't know what you're talking about. Mermaids aren't real. And all these other kids being like, oh my gosh. So there was that. I also, another good one. This was in second grade, so I was 7. This was when I had started going to the little school in the woods, which was a religious school. So they passed out a test, and the test had the question, what is the smartest animal? And I wrote humans, and I got it wrong. And I went to my dad like, what the fuck? Like, humans are animals. And my dad was like, that's actually hilarious that they didn't count that. And when I approached my teacher about it, she was like, because we are separate from other animals. God made us differently. So that's not the answer to the question. And I was so annoyed. My dad thought that was the funniest shit. He was like, look, you got it right. Like, just, it's fine. We know you got it right. Just, it's fine. So I understand what she was saying from her perspective. I understand what she was saying. But as a kid, I was like, but we're animals. We're mammals. But we're animals. I was mad. I don't remember what the actual answer was. All I can remember is the fury. Yeah, those are the only moments that I can remember of me, like, ruining shit for kids. I'm trying to think if there's other ones, but I had a friend in high school who sat me down in confidence and was like, I need you to know that I 100% believe in elves. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I just, we've gotten like pretty close. I just need you to know that I believe that there are elves. I think that they live in a different plane from us, but I believe that they're real. And that's it. And I was like, okay. And I, for some reason, remember that conversation so vividly because it felt like such a, like she trusted me so much with that information. You're outing them on a live stream. It was high school, and I've been out of college for a very long time. I have not talked to her in forever. But it was, I don't know, there was like a really sweet aspect to that of her being like, I don't need you to believe in them. I'm not going to ask you if you believe in them. I just need you to know that I believe in them. And so if I talk about them and you're curious, if you're thinking to yourself, like, wait, does she actually believe that? I just want you to know straight up that I 100% do. And I was like, okay. Call her and ask her if she still believes in elves. No. I had a friend who didn't know reindeer were real. I think that's kind of understandable. I think it's sort of understandable to believe that reindeer are like part of like a lore, that they aren't like actual animals. I had a kid in my pottery class that built a house for her fae friends. That's so cute. I thought reindeer were a type of deer. I don't know what they're most closely related to, but I didn't think narwhals were real for a very long time. For a very long time, I did not think narwhals were real. We have a couple of Valentines. Larkin says, I should be writing. Please make me write. I have zero motivation to do anything lately. I'm going to sit on stream and avoid writing. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good day. You do it. Just sometimes we got to shut our brains off and then, Snizzy says, combat rolls into chat. Hello. I'm back once more to spread love. Today is a low energy day for me. I'm going to remind you all to look after yourselves. Don't forget to take breaks, stretch, eat food, and take your meds. You don't got to be on the go all the time. Chill out. Vibe with us on this fine Saturday morning. Love you, chat. Ciao. And Heronbug says this Valentine is for Avi. Thank you so much for my gifted sub the other week. My sub lapsed because of personal issues, and I woke up to a gifted sub. I legit cried. Oh, thank you. It meant so much to me, even though it seems like a dumb thing to get emotional over. Oh, Heronbug, that's very sweet. Popping in to say good job on Illuminati. Thank you. Narwhals, well, yeah. It doesn't help that everybody's like, yeah, narwhals, the unicorn of the sea. It's like, unicorns also. Like... I don't think it's, again, if you didn't know reindeer were real until just now, if you didn't know narwhals were real until just now, I think that that's understandable. They are both equated to and associated with things that are not real, right? So if you Google narwhals, it dumps out the song. That makes sense. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Narwhals, narwhals. Sitting in the ocean, causing a commotion because they are so awesome. I can't remember how that song goes. Something like that. In my religion class in middle school, my teacher told different myths. One of them was a myth about how narwhals got their horns. Aww. I haven't watched Weeble stuff since high school, I feel like. But the earworms are just still there forever. Technically, unicorns are real. It's what scientists used to call the one-horned rhino. Well, there you go. His channel is dead nowadays. Yeah, I mean, that would be incredible if he was still going strong. I remember Scene Kid Dodger. I don't. I don't. Who is that? Weeble did Badger, Badger, Badger. That was a Weeble one. The Weeble and Bob stuff. Oh, sorry, Cookie. I haven't. I'm so sorry. Badger, badger, mushroom, mushroom. Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom. Snake. A snake. Ooh, there's a snake. Just go look it up. Go look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Hold on. I think Cookie said that they made another BTTV emote. And they were emailing me about it. So hold on. If we have a fun... There you are. Oh my god. I love it. It's great. Should I upload it or did you want to upload it again? Hold on. This is so good. I'll put it right there. And then last time I tried to upload a thing, it was instant. So maybe it'll be instant. This is There we go. Yeah, sure. Great. Oh, it looks like it has a background potentially. Or maybe not. Wait a sec. Yeah, it has a background. I don't know if that was intentional. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Cookie. It's very cute. I think people will like it a lot. I just did Shiva for the first time. I got iced out. Anywho. Hi, guys. How's your weekend going? Super good, I hope. I woke up early today and took a shower before Clark even woke up, which was amazing. I should totally do that more often. I woke up, like, tiptoed into the shower, took a shower, looked at the baby monitor, and she was still asleep. I was like, amazing. Got fully dressed and then climbed back in bed because, you know, it's like, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm all clean. I'm dressed. I'm ready to pop out of bed the second she wakes up. I've been working on a Zach Sarin dream art piece. Oh my gosh, I love it. I think I'm almost done. It's Alice Day, by the way. New misdemeanor tonight. Very excited about that. We're in the middle of a fight and I'm stressing, but it's fine. I'm almost done with the drawing of Alice I've been doing, I think. And then I get to start a new thing, which is very exciting. Diam, thank you very much for all the gifted subs. Oh my goodness. Guys, if you were gifted a sub, Daeim is the person who gifted them. Please take the time to say thank you. It's very generous. Also, Pip Plays, happy 3 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much for all the support. It's Father's Day here tomorrow, so hey, Valentine, for any of the dads out there, have a great day either way. Aww. I need to start Misdemeanor and Godforge, but I'm trying to catch up on Heart of Tear, like, from the beginning. Oh, dang. That's a lot to get through, I think. Yeah. It's understandable. Misdemeanor will always be there to watch, you know. Raj is getting so good in Strange Roads. I haven't laughed so hard for a long time. Yeah, no spoilers, but Strange Roads is really fun right now. Is tonight Misdemeanor? It is, yes. So this will be episode 6, I think. Yep. And then Godforged tomorrow. The last Strange Roads was super funny. Thanks, guys. Strange Roads has me howling. Oh, I think Strange Roads is one of the strongest campaigns in terms of role play. Thank you. I can't remember if this was on stream or not, but Jesse was saying that he was talking to somebody who watches like all of Arcadum stuff. Or no, he has a friend I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. He has a friend that he was talking to, and his friend's like roommate watches all of the shows. And so they realized like, oh my gosh, my friend Jesse is on Strange Roads. And I guess this guy was like, oh my God, I love Strange Roads because the party like talks to each other a lot, and they actually like talk to their gods and all of this other stuff. And so, yeah, Jesse was like, it's cool. Apparently we're like one of his favorite groups, and he watches all of them. So like, that's the only opinion I'm going to pay attention to anymore. I think for sure some people really like when D&D is more action-y, right? When it's like, we have a problem that we mechanically have to solve, and seeing like how they solve it, like a really long, complicated fight. Like, can they come up with a creative way to get through it, you know? And I think probably players, like people who know the rules really well, really enjoy that aspect of it. But I don't know. As a viewer, I always really like the actual roleplay aspect of it. Yeah, I want the character interactions for sure. Like, get me super invested in these people. I want to be coming up with headcanons for everybody. So just let me love or hate you. You know, I just need to see the interaction so that I can decide how I feel. I know, I'm so jealous. We're all in a Discord, so like everybody who's in an Arcadum game is in a Discord all together. And I did the the picture of Kermit with the rain outside. I put that picture in the Gen chat, and I was like, when you know that a bunch of other groups are currently hanging out and interacting with each other every day. And everyone was like, what are you gonna do? We're all high level doing some crazy shit right now. And I was like, I know, it's fine. Ninjili, happy 2 years. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've done a little bit of DMing. I've now DM'd a couple of times off camera, but I've done 2 one-shots on camera. Yeah, I think it's fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. But I need more opportunities to do it. Oh, thank you! I'm so glad everybody's liking the Illuminati episode. Yes, it was, oh my God, what were they called? I actually can't, oh my God, I actually can't remember the name of either of my games. It's fine. Feast or Famine was about the Chef's Guild, and then Wicked Thimble was about the Fashion Guild. Yes, thank you, Arnar. Arnar's linked to both of them. But yeah, they were one-shots. They were Dungeon World one-shots. And they were fun. What's a good first D&D show to watch as someone with next to no knowledge about it? Out of the shows that I'm in currently, I think that the easiest one to hop into would be Misdemeanor. We have 2 players who have played a lot, Hunter and I, and then 2 players who have either never played or played very limited, which is Laura and Gerard. And so there's a lot of like teaching moments of like, this is how this works, this is what this does, all of that sort of stuff. So a lot of mechanics are explained. There's a lot of role play in it. It's pirate themed, so it's super fun. And it's also like in a brand new world setting. So Arcadum's games, every new game comes with like extra baggage. It's good, right? He's got all of these games that are all interconnected, and there's a ton of shit going on. But if you want to watch something where like you don't need to worry about knowing other stuff, I think Misdemeanor is really good for that. And there's only a few episodes out so far. It is pirate themed. Arcadum's games are a commitment. You're dragged into a huge, already established world. 100%. So many of you guys have been like, this was such a mistake. I'm just stuck here now. I watch all of the games now. I have to know, like, how are they connected? What's going on in the world? I need to know. Thank you, Grace. I'm so glad you feel that way. Godforged is more like what I think you would imagine Dungeons and Dragons to be. It's very like high fantasy, like journey sort of stuff. And that one is also super, super fun. I've only been on it for 2 episodes so far. I was like a late addition to the group. But I love my character in that game so much. I want to try to draw her, but I'm scared of the fur. I've never tried to draw like an animal, really. Like an animal person. I've never tried to do that. Yep. Here. There you go. That has all the links and stuff. Watching Strange Roads is what I imagine reading a book in the middle of a fantasy saga is like. It's like, yeah, they're new characters, but there's already so much shit that's been established by the other books that you're like, I can read this and be fine, but I really should go back and read the other books probably. Yeah. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed right now. I'm in a lot of games with like all 3 of these games have a different, like a very different and equally lovely DM with a group that is also super fun. So I am having a really good time. And then I got to do Illuminati. And everybody, I'm not getting roasted too hard about it. I love it. It's wonderful. Arcadum! I was just talking about, every time you come in here, I'm like, I was just talking about Strange Roads, etc. This is Arcadum. He's the DM for Strange Roads and many other incredible games. It literally does feel like he knows, though. It feels like he knows what I'm talking about. He's on vacation right now. Everybody say hi. He is. He's a lovely gem, and he works his butt off. Would you drink broccoli wine for $200? I don't know. Is it good? Is it real? Wait. Broccoli wine. I like broccoli. Broccoli sauteed in wine. Okay, I'm going to assume broccoli wine doesn't exist. So what have we done to make this wine? Did we ferment broccoli and then take the basically like the brine from fermenting the broccoli and just call it wine? Is that what happened? Or are we like crushing the broccoli? Are we making a puree of broccoli? And then, like, sure, I would drink that. It's just broccoli water, right? Nettle wine? What the fuck is nettle wine? I picked some nettles and I'm making nettle wine. This is on a website called Casual UK. All right. Nettle wine. What is nettle wine? It's a kind of wine. It's not poisonous. It has a soft blue color. Interesting. What? This is on a Harry Potter wiki. I don't trust that shit. Winemaking recipe for nettles. 4 pints of fresh nettles. Young, spring growth. Got it. So many nettles grow in our backyard. When they were like in full force, every time Clark walked away from me, I was like, wait, there might be nettles. Raisins, sugar, lemons, water, wine yeast, a yeast nutrient for it to wash your nettle tops, add them to a saucepan with lemon juice. Allow the nettle mixture to simmer 20 to 30 minutes. Strain the liquor into a wine-making fermentation container. Top with boiling water. Add the remaining ingredients, except for the yeast. Mix thoroughly. Make sure the sugar has dissolved and allowed to stand for 12 hours. Activate the wine yeast. Add the nettle wine mixture, stirring each morning and evening for 3 days. Strain the fermenting nettle. Pour into a clean demijohn with an airlock. I know what an airlock is. I don't know what a demijohn is, but I'm going to make it up in my mind. When the nettle wine is 1 year old, the clarity should be good. All fermentation should have stopped. At this stage, siphon the nettle wine into bottles. Let stand for 6 months to 1 year. So this is a 1.5 year long process. You're doing all of this, and then you leave it for a year. You like get it out of there, put it into individual bottles, and then you let it sit for another 6 months? Or is that like it could go off anywhere from 6 months to a year after that? How the fuck do people come up with these recipes? Time and living in a place with the same goddamn plants every goddamn year. What am I gonna do with them? I can only make nettle pesto so many times. Maybe I'll ferment it. It's a lot of time, I think. Probably. Nettles aren't poisonous, no. They have little stingers. But once they're cooked, they're fine. So, yeah. Some places have said that nettles, depending on like the time of year, when you cook with them, they can give you like kind of a fiery butthole, but I don't know. Because I've never tried. I've made mead before. It took 12 months. Dude, I got everything to make mead. And my friend Jared and I were like, we're going to do this shit. We're going to make mead. It was going to be oh my God. I'm forgetting the names of all of my YouTube shit that I've ever done. This is how far away from YouTube I am now. I Tried was the name of the series. It was going to be an I Tried episode. Where my friend Jared and I made mead. And we didn't We didn't ever wind up doing it because there was like one thing I was missing, and then I just we just never did it. It's very sad. Does mead taste like honey? It's sweet. I don't think it tastes like honey, but it's good. I like mead a lot. Nettle and Demi-John are definitely D&D characters. Thank you, Corking Duck. I hope you're doing good. Mulled wine is where it's at. I tried to make mulled wine. When was this? It was like pretty recently because I had a bottle of red wine in the house and I had only drank a little, and I was like, I don't drink often enough to trust that I'm actually going to finish this. So what if I just looked up what you typically put in mulled wine and tried to just do it with the rest of the bottle? So I did. And number one, definitely not enough wine for like the amount of other things I was throwing in there. But number two, it like hit a boil and I wasn't paying attention. It shouldn't be boiling, right? It hit a boil. And by the time I realized, it had reduced. So there was like, again, already wasn't enough wine. There was way less wine, and the smell of wine was so strong in the house. And like, I was like, well, I guess I'll like give it a try, and took a little sip and was like, it was awful. I messed up real bad. Yeah. So the thing that you have to be careful of with backtracking a little bit, the thing that you have to be careful of with fermenting like pretty much anything is like you're encouraging gases to build up. So when you hear people talk about like, I made my own beer and I went to like do X, Y, or Z and the glass shattered, it's because like you have to be really careful about the gases that are building up while all of this science stuff is going on, right? So that's the big concern, is that you really follow the instructions and you try to be as safe as possible and use like good equipment that can handle it. And yeah, some kind of a bacteria. But again, hopefully you're following the rules and you don't encourage a bacteria to grow in there and make you sick. Not to tell on your husband, but I woke up at 7 CEST with a hangover and I watched him play League. Yeah. I know. We sleep in the same bed. I know when he comes to bed. I'm aware. I played League for a hot minute. I had one game where I absolutely crushed everybody and I was like, holy shit, maybe League is like my game, right? Whoever the like sassy librarian lady is who does blood technique shit. I don't remember what her name was or who she is, but if that sounds like a person in the game, I just killed everybody with her. And that doesn't sound like anybody. People are saying Vlad. Why did I only type in Vlad? That's not going to help. This is a boy. Or I don't know. I don't know how he identifies. Wait. No, it was definitely like a librarian looking chick. Look, I'm misremembering a bunch of shit. Who knows? But I crushed is the point. I crushed. And then I took a screenshot. I remember this so vividly. I took a screenshot and I sent it to Krendor and I was like, "Are you proud?" And he was like, "I'm so proud." And then I was like, maybe this is it. I'm like good at League. Maybe I just like fucking crush at League. And I never ever did well again. And I never did well again. So I have played Awesome Knots. I'm a voice in Awesome Knots, actually. It's a bad voice. I really hate it. And I avoid hearing myself in that game whenever possible. But I'm a voice in that game. The Fox Lady. I don't remember her name. It's a great voice. Thanks. Not in League, in Awesome Knots. Penny sounds right. Are you a voice in Monster Prom? I am. I really need to put together a voice reel. I've been saying this for the last month or so. I really need to put together a voice reel. Yeah, I'm also a voice in Monster Prom. I'm the Slayer in Monster Prom. Who is the best character? So Slayer's rad. I somehow managed to nail the best role in that game. You killed it. Thank you. Yeah, it's just good. Like, I feel like I keep consistently seeing people talk about opportunities for voice stuff, and I can always submit like me making an attempt at the voice, but ideally I'm able to also be like, and here's kind of an example of other shit I've done, right? And that's like the purpose of a reel. Getting voice stuff is very hard. Absolutely. It's hard work and luck, unfortunately. What's a voice you'd love to do? If somebody was like, could you just do like a really nasally so-and-so? And I was like, you mean like this voice? They'd be like, amazing. I love it. Print it. You're the main character. Do all of the voices like that. I would die. Because it's just such an easy voice for me to do, and I use it in every game that I ever play on my channel. And if somebody was like, God, if only we could find somebody who could do this voice, I'd be like, it's me! That's me! I can do that! Sure you don't want to use your pixie voice? I have a time limit on the pixie voice, so yeah, 100%. I can do the pixie voice / wizard voice for maybe a couple of minutes before it really hurts.
This voice, I can only do this for a few minutes before it like really hurts, like specifically back here. It starts to hurt really bad. So there's a time limit on it, really. And then I can't do it anymore.
And then I can't do it anymore. It sounds like a voice changer. I don't do it super often because I've learned now that if I don't know whether or not the character is going to be an important character, I don't give them the voice, because if they keep showing up and I have to keep doing that voice, it hurts really bad after a while. So bring back Amarantha.
Amarantha? She's like a classic. I like her a lot. I don't really use this voice for a whole lot anymore because I used to use it for like every main character. And I think that it got a little bit obnoxious. So now I like reserve it for one-off sort of people, you know? Because I don't want to annoy anybody. I don't want anybody to be like, wow, Dodger just using the same frickin' voice for every girl. I see how it is.
Why is it called the Amarantha voice? Because there was the very first time I ever used that voice and the very first time I ever did a visual novel on my channel, the main girl was named Amarantha, and that was her voice. And so anytime I do it in another game, it's the Amarantha voice. It's a classic. It's a classic. Good thing Zacharias doesn't have a difficult voice. Zacharias is rough mentally for me because I'm highly aware that it's just me, but like talking a little deeper and mostly monotone. And there's a big part of me that's just like, I wish that I could do this voice more justice. I just can't, you know? Thanks, guys. I'm not good at impressions. No, I'm not good at impressions at all. Is your camera getting worse? I don't know. Is it? Yeah, I tend to make that a conceit of visual novels. Anything that's like the narrator voice, even if it's the voice of the main character, even if it's like, hi, I'm Amarantha, and I'm in this horrible situation where my fiance doesn't remember me, and I'm hoping that I can remind him of all of the good times we had together. And then she talks and is like,
Hi, my love. I'm so excited to see you.
he looks into my eyes as though he's never seen me before, right? Like, I tend to do that because, again, any voice that requires me to, like shift somehow, I can't do forever, right? It'll start to garble eventually, and it won't sound as good over time. So if most of the game is, like, inner voice narration or just you know, narration of any kind, it's just my normal voice. Do you have a favorite visual novel? Hustle Cat was fantastic. We didn't finish Arcade Spirits, but I really liked Arcade Spirits as well. The Letter, I think, was the one that that offered the most in terms of, like, surprise for me. I vaguely remember one you did with Krendor. We did Re-Alistair. Krendor and I did Re-Alistair. That was the one about the girl who her kill, she gets, like, kill stealed inside of her MMO, and the person who does it, I can't remember, it was very flimsy, but the person who does it, she, like, somehow realizes that person is at her school and is, like, trying to figure out who it is that also plays the same game as her that kill stealed or something. It was very odd. I loved it though. Do you remember your Mason voice? Wasn't my Mason voice, again, just like my normal voice, but, like, toned down and trying to sound, like, tough? I'm pretty sure. Mason was another one. Anybody that needs to sound, like, a little deeper, I'm very insecure about. I never listen back to that and think, I crushed that. Wow, what a good voice. Because I can't get creative with lower registers at all. I think the only example of me toning my voice down and adding a lot of character to it is like this one, where I just, like, go very overboard, right? But even then, it's it's like I can't just do, like, a normal ass voice that's toned down that doesn't the, you know. Any female voice I try to do turns into Mickey. Do you have any tips on doing voices? When I play D&D, I can never do a voice I feel like isn't just completely ridiculous. I don't know. I talked about this a little bit a while ago, and I don't know if this is kind of how you're feeling, but like Sam and I own a lot of improv games, right? Like Snake Oil and Billionaire Banshee and all those sorts of games where like part of the fun is I've created this weird character for this thing, maybe to like try and do to do whatever it is I'm supposed to do inside of the game. And I tend to go really hard on that shit. But again, I was like an acting student and I've always been a ham, and I've, you know, so I love playing those games and just like picking something and just kind of like smushing it together. And if it doesn't work, it's fine. I understand with a character that you're playing in D&D, it's like whatever choice I make, I'm like stuck with it, right? Because I want this character to stick around for a while. I'm already very invested in them and I've never even played them yet, but I don't want to choose a voice and then hate it, right? So there's, I think, extra anxiety there. But I brought up the improv game thing because we've played some improv games with Sam's family, and they've been very open before about whether they feel like really uncomfortable doing that sort of thing or not. Not in terms of like, I don't enjoy this game, in terms of I don't feel any confidence in, like, I'm getting anxiety when it's my turn to play this game because I don't have any confidence in like doing something really wild like that, you know? I think like for me, part of it is just trying stuff by myself. And you're going to feel silly at first, but like you're by yourself, so who cares, right? If you can come up with something that's fun. And I think also to feel like there can be a balance of like, I don't have to do this voice all the time. I like this voice and I enjoy doing it, but when I'm like exhausted by it and I don't want to do it anymore, I can always approach a role play situation as like, and then, you know, my character did this, or they explained this, or blah, 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 blah. So I think there are workarounds for if you're feeling drained, and you don't want to like fully commit to that character anymore. If you're just like, I just want to play some D&D. I don't want to like, I don't want to be the guy at the table who's talking like this for the next hour, right? Like I just can't do it. I think people tend to like understand if you're like, I'm just tired. I'm still enjoying myself, but I'm just like too tired to like commit to doing that again. But yeah. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. They said I'm about to start DMing for some newbies. Maybe I'll take that as a chance to try lots of new voices. Yes, do it. Yeah. They're gonna be like, I talked to the blacksmith, and you're like, great, blacksmith sounds like this, right? And some of it's gonna work out, and some of it you're like, I hope they never talk to that guy again. But for sure, that's a great idea. That's a great way to do it. And I think anybody who wants to incorporate that kind of stuff and do more bombastic stuff at the table, I think that you should just go for it. Arkibun and Arnar, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Arkibun, thank you for the 5. If you were gifted a sub by Arkibun just now, be sure to take the time to say thank you. And Omnimon, it was your 5 years. thank you very much. 5 years with us. I appreciate all the support. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I used to do a southern accent for my D&D character, mostly as a way to differentiate in-character and out-of-character talking. I kept forgetting the accent. After watching Strange Roads, I started using a voice changer. Oh, nice. We've talked before about touchstone phrases. I 100% need touchstone phrases sometimes, especially if I'm trying to do a bunch of different voices but all at the same time, like when we're playing a visual novel, right? There will be times where it's like, oh, the nerd voice, the Amarantha voice, the Russian voice, and the smarmy dude voice are all in the same place, and I'm forgetting which one is which, and I forget how they sound. And sometimes it's good to have some kind of a phrase where you're like, when I say this, I know how it's supposed to sound. A touchstone phrase is something that you can say that can get you back into it. I'm trying to think of an example. I remember times when you had to stop and collect yourself to get the voice right. 100%. Because, like, especially for some reason, especially with the Russian voice, sometimes I'll be talking and I'll try to swap to the Russian character, and I'm like, I don't remember what this sounds like. I don't remember what this sounds like. I don't remember this voice. That's a good example. So I did a Minnesotan character, or rather a character whose accent was based on Minnesota, and her name was Poe, and she was a D&D character. And literally sometimes I would have to just start off something I was going to say with, oh yeah, sure, because that was just the way. If I was like, I'm losing it, I would say something like that, because that was just the way to, like, slip myself back into it. Yes. So typically, if there's a voice that you need to get back into, there'll be some kind of a phrase that you can find yourself saying, and you're like, right, I've got that. And sometimes it's something you've just heard a lot. Like maybe it's the accent that you're going for, but it's something that you heard in a movie, and you can, like, hear exactly how it's said in the movie, so you can replicate it easier. Like, it could be any number of things. But yeah, it's sometimes called a touchstone phrase. That's what I call it. And it's a mental like piece of information that you can grab onto and use to get yourself back to the voice you're trying to do. Oh gosh, that's the other one. That was the other one. If somebody said something to me and I was like, I would start off with, oh gosh. Do you usually end up saying it out loud, or just imagine it in your head before you start speaking again? If I'm on a show, misdemeanor, I mute myself sometimes to say things before A-list talks, because I lose A-list a lot. When I listen back to myself being A-list, I can hear the moments where I'm, like, slipping in and out of it, because I don't, despite where I live, or maybe because of where I live, I don't do English accents really. So this is my first like actual attempt at a non-jokey English accent for a character, and you can definitely tell that I'm not very practiced at it and that I slip in and out a lot. You said earlier in the week you're actively trying not to gain an English accent. Yeah, like in place of my natural accent. They're different. I want to be able to recall the accent when I need it. I don't want to be using it not on purpose. Big Fargo vibes. That's what Joe said. The game that I was in, Joe Fudge was also in. And we were talking about our characters, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna like talk with Octo, because Octo like really knows the Minnesota accent super well. And I think that I want to go for that. And he was like, oh, like Fargo. I like when people go for an American accent and it's just Texan. Sam and I used to talk about that a lot. Apparently, because like originally, yeah, for Americans, we tend to like blast all the way to either chimney sweep or like the Queen's English, right? And then for English people, they tend to go straight to Texas with their attempt at an American accent. And it's apparently because our accents, even though we hear them as being so different, they're just similar enough that the only way that we can figure out to like hear ourselves reading as like really American or really English is to go for the like extremes. Does that make sense? So an English person is going to feel like they are much more going for the American accent if they go for a Southern drawl instead of like what I sound like, right? And if I'm like trying to sound like an English person, then I will rain in Spain goes mainly on the plain, right? Like you just push it like too far and then you sound like a caricature. So English is so varied depending on where you're from, though. Right, but that's the point, is that Americans don't know the variations, right? Americans don't know. They know the ones that they hear in a movie. They know the ones that they hear in a movie. So do you have an accent? Well, everybody has an accent. I do. I have what's called the standard American accent. The area that I'm from has very little. It's considered like the milquetoast, the plainest version of an American accent possible. I'm from London. I went to uni in the north and people thought I was Australian. I'm from Oregon. So Oregon is right above California, right under Washington on the west coast. So, well, let's see, from how you're looking. If there was a map of America, right? So it'd be like over on this side. And then like New York, Massachusetts, all of that is way on this side, right? You're from Eugene. What's up? How does it feel to be in a college town? Anytime somebody's like, oh, I'm from Corvallis, I'm from Eugene, I'm like, oof. Yeah? How is that? I've only ever heard Americans argue that they don't have accents, and it confuses me. Everybody has an accent. Every person on the planet has an accent. I used to, because I was told, oh, the area where we are, we have like the standard American accent for the most part. I used to also be like, well, apparently I have no accent and everybody else in America does, right? But I've come to realize that, like, just in terms of how you utilize the word, that's not true. The way that I speak as an American is different from the way that somebody from Deep Valley, California speaks, which is different from the way that somebody in Texas speaks, and Minnesota and Boston and all that, right? So for them, I have an accent. So we all have accents. Somebody asked how you would go about practicing voices. I talk to myself in the car a lot. I don't do a lot of driving anymore, so I don't get like opportunities to do this a ton. But I really love, like, if you can find music that feels like it either suits the play or the game or the character, like whatever you're aiming for, and gets you like into this good zone. It's very fun to just sit in the car and just try talking. And again, you're going to feel really self-conscious and weird at first, but if you're alone in the car, like who cares, right? It's all just practice. I talk to Clark lots of different ways, yeah. When I'm pretending to be a doctor, I talk in a specific way. So now when she wants me to talk that way, she calls me Mommy Doctor. So she'll like hand me something and go, here you go, Mommy Doctor. And she says it so pointedly that I realize she's meaning like, respond to me in the funny voice, Mother. So... Children are so blunt. It's great. I tweeted this morning that I started the Illuminati episode on my phone, and I was like, listen, Clarky, eventually somebody's going to talk that you might recognize. And I like started talking on the episode, and I was like, who is that? Is that Mommy? And she goes, no. She goes, no, let's listen to a different song. And I was like, oh, fair enough. All right. Yeah. Absolutely wrecked. It's fine. Emotes are up. I had to refix Sherlock's ear while I was fixing the GIFs. Both are under Doog. Oh, amazing. Oh my gosh. Wait. Add to channel. Add to channel. Bam! Can you put them on the screen? Well, this is the Watson one. And then the Sherlock one is that, but with Sherlock's coloring. They're very cute. I love them. So yeah, we've added both of those. I don't know when they'll like be live on here, but thank you, Cookie. Cookie also made Doog Wobble, so that's 3 very cute BTTV ones that Cookie has made. So thank you very much. Are they showing up? Wait, I'm refreshing. Okay. I can't see them yet. They're up. They don't show for me. But I can see other ones, so I know this isn't an issue where BTTV just isn't working. All right, fine. I'll refresh again. Yeah, they don't show up for me yet. That's okay. That's it, I guess. I gotta finally download BTTV. Yeah, it's just nice because they're emotes that people can use without needing to sub, which is fun. And they're animated, and yeah, it's good. FFZ also supports BTTV emotes. Yeah, that's true. I hate that every time I wash my hair, a bunch of hair falls out. I only have so much. Stop taking it from me. I feel like I need a lint roller. Oh, this is for my sister Madeline, who is watching your stream for the first time. We've been Coffee Time viewers since almost the beginning. Oh, welcome, Madeline, and thanks for all you do, Doogs. Oh, thank you. And thank you guys so much for the support. That's very sweet. Lint rollers are cool. They are cool. We should have a lint roller anyway because we have cats. Your skin is amazing. Thank you very much. My answer about my routine is going to make you really mad, and I feel bad, but I'm not going to lie to you. I sometimes wash my face, and I occasionally put on moisturizer. And that's it. I guess I lucked out genetically. That's all I got. I'm so sorry. What's the oddest thing a stranger has started talking to you about out of the blue? I don't know. It's the curse. I honestly can't. I'm trying to think of. Trying to think if I have. I just can't remember. Either I've suppressed them or I haven't had that many super weird interactions with strangers. No, we joke that my mom made some kind of a deal at some point to trade our height for youth. When Sam first met some of my extended family, he was like, I don't understand. He's like, you're all so short, but the people who are 40, 50, or 60 years old still look like they're in their 20s. And we were like, yeah, it's the deal. It's what we got out of the deal. That's so true. Yes. Didn't you tell a few stories a while back about a lady talking to you in a coffee shop about her son and then pointing him out? Yes. That's so true. There was a lady who approached us. People love to look at babies. There was a lady at the coffee shop that was near us that approached. God, I can't remember this as vividly anymore. At the time, I told this story in excruciating detail because it was so just like, what the fuck? But a lady came and was talking to us about Clark, and then it turned into her talking about like all kinds of crazy like religious stuff, but also about her son and how like, you know, one day all kids are gonna hate their parents and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. And at the end of the conversation, she goes, and my son is right there, and pointed at a guy like on the other end of the coffee shop. And I never got confirmation if that was actually her son or if she just like chose a random dude and was like, that guy over there, and that's my son. It was so strange. She did it for the bit. Maybe. We went there another time and she was there again. And we made eye contact and she made a face like, don't look at me. I was like, okay. All right. I wish the guy had done the movie head shake. Like, I don't know this lady. I saw the two of them. So that day when we made eye contact and she was like, the dude that she was like, that's my son. He was there again on the completely opposite end of the coffee shop. And I really wanted to be like, is that your mom? Like, I need to know if she chose you randomly in this room or if you're actually her son. I need to know. Anywho, I really have to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go pee and grab a little more coffee. So go do your thing. We'll come back. We'll chit chat a little bit longer, and enjoy the music. Thank you guys, all of you, for coming out today. Thank you for the subs and the gifted subs, the resubs, all of those things. I appreciate it very much, and I hope that you're enjoying. The food that my daughter didn't eat this morning. I was like, I'm so hungry. What am I going to eat? And then remembered, oh, that's right. Those tasty ass potatoes that I made, Clarky did not eat. And I put them back in the fridge. A little gift for myself. Check your new subs. Whoa! Avi, holy shit. Thank you so much for 100 subs. If you were gifted a sub, I certainly hope that you took the time to say thank you. If you didn't, please do it. Thank you so much, Avi. Oh my god. Oh, look at all those little blobby cats. I can't see them when I'm on my dashboard. I still can't see them, but I can if I open up my actual channel. Yeah, 100 subs. Wild. Thanks, guys. Very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, last night, I don't know why. I was just like, I want potatoes so bad. So I opened up the fridge and we had some eggs that were about to go bad. And we're going to the supermarket today when I'm done. So I was like, okay, I'm going to bake all the eggs because they're about to go off anyway. I'm going to bake all the eggs that are left and cook the bacon that's still left and give that to Sam. And then make some like breakfast potatoes in the fat. And so I gave Sam basically breakfast at like 1 a.m. or something last night. And there were leftovers. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so easy. I can just give this to Clarky. He wasn't really interested. So it's mine now, I guess. Yes. Here is a hack. If you basically want boiled eggs without later having to peel those shits to like take them to work or something, you can take a muffin tin, crack the egg in the muffin tin. Make sure it's like greased a little bit. Crack like one egg in each of the muffin tin openings. A little salt, a little pepper, and throw it in the oven for like, I think we do like 17 minutes. And they just turn into they're little cup eggs. Just keep them in the fridge. It's very nice when you have a child. Mm-hmm. Do it. This morning I took one of them and like sliced it super thin and put it on toast. They're just nice. They're just convenient. Mm-hmm. Yes. Jin also said, make sure you grease it. Yes. Because otherwise, eggs stuck on there forever. Could you use paper muffin cups for that? I don't see why not. All right, I'm almost done. Potatoes, man. Why are they so good? I love them. Sometimes all you need is a potato. I was thinking about, someone said, I just listened to Illuminati. Me and my Nissa approve. Cheers from Sweden. Thank you so much. While I was making the potatoes, I was remembering somebody in chat the other day being like, yeah, it was their mom or their nan or something. Used to, on busy days, just like just boil a big pot of potatoes. Just have potatoes around if like there wasn't an opportunity to eat. And I was like, that sounds great. I should do that. Yeah, I'm a guest on the most recent Illuminati. I did not realize going into it that they had only ever had one other guest before. I was like, this podcast has been going on a long time. I'm sure they have had tons of guests. No. No. Yes, the episode is out. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I've never seen or heard it before. It's great. I was doing the pitch at the start of the stream, but it's Jesse Cox and Alex Fasciani and Mathis Games, and they do a podcast about like the supernatural and paranormal and unexplained, sort of like mysterious stuff. And they represent like a gradient basically. So Mathis is like the believer, and Jesse is the complete cynic who's like, no, there's a reasonable explanation for everything. And then Alex is like kind of in the middle. Like, I mean, I'm willing to look at everything with a skeptical lens, but it would be neat if it was real, right? Like that's kind of the gradient of their opinions. And so it's really, really fun to listen to them because they're also all just like funny dudes. So to have them like talk about ghost stories and things like that and sort of dissect like, well, you know, Jesse being like, well, what could explain that? Maybe there has to be something to explain that, you know? So it's really fun. And I had talked with Mathis on Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to be on a Chilluminati episode. And he was like, you are invited anytime. Literally anytime you want to be on Chilluminati. Like, just let us know. And I was like, okay, I really want to do one about, because I feel like you guys haven't really covered like fantasy sort of folklore a bunch. And he was like, no, we honestly haven't like done much of that at all. I was like, great, I want to do one about like hidden people and like house spirits and stuff like that. And he was like, okay, sounds great. Just FYI, before you go and listen to it, I had to like focus it way more than that. It's not just like about all house spirits or all hidden people or any of that. It is much more focused because otherwise it was too much. Too many cultures have that like idea. But I think the episode was really fun anyway. So I hope you guys enjoy. When are you popping on Jesse's 14 streams to troll him? I have offered my help. I've offered my help for anything. I've said multiple times, like, if you need a healer, you just call your girl. I will show up for you. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the call. How does it feel to have your decaf ground coffee as my parents' anniversary gift? Oh, that's very sweet. We talking about ghosts? We're talking about I was on the most recent episode of a podcast that's all about like supernatural paranormal stuff. Also, hi Summer. Yeah, so I was saying that I had grand plans for what my episode was going to be about, and I wound up having to be like, no, it's about this specific thing, because otherwise I will be here for a year trying to describe all of the different, like, house spirits and shit.
Welcome, you
I did look at Domovoy.
coffee-drinking burrito babe.
I looked at Domovoy. I looked at Azazi, which is like they're like an African fae, but they're more of a fairy. So a lot of them weren't.
You fine cat.
A lot of the ones that I wound up finding were either like a general spirit instead of what people believe to be like a physical representation, like an actual creature, or they were fairies. And so I was like, those feel like separate topics, right? Like I could do a whole episode on fairies easy and fill it out with like a worldwide sort of a thing. Although maybe again, I would wind up being like, well, there is too much fucking information here. Have you heard of the Boston Bean Boy? Only through Illuminati when they make fun of the Boston Bean Boy. I don't know what the Boston Bean Boy is, and at this point, I refuse to look. I didn't know Mama Dukes was a folklore expert. I'm not. I just find that kind of folklore to be really fun. So since they don't really cover that kind of stuff on Illuminati, I was like, this is it. I can do that. What are you guys talking about? Petition for next Illuminati episode. The ghost that lives in Dodger's tiny office. I don't want to bother that boy. Look. Ghost doesn't bother me. I don't bother the ghost. I have watched Spooky Saturdays before as well, yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. You guys don't know how relieved I am that so many Swedish people are saying that they enjoyed the episode, because I was very worried. For some reason, I was like, I'm doing as much research as I can and trying to be as accurate as I can, but I'm still so worried that people are going to be like, this is all wrong. All of it. It's all wrong. Burn it. Do you think your ghost would enjoy some actual furniture? He's got an old mattress. I don't know what else he could want. A table wouldn't fit in there. Keep in mind, again, this is the ceiling. This is the ceiling right here. We're in the top of the house, right? So I'm touching the ceiling currently. This is the slant. So as you continue to go that way, there is not room for a table in there. Unless I got the ghost like one of those I was about to say one of those anime tables, as though they don't actually exist in Japan. One of those tables with like the heater. Would Sam be hitting his head if he was sitting there? No, because directly above my head, it's pretty high. Kotatsu at, yes. An anime table. I really wanted a kotatsu, but they seem like such a fire hazard. I don't trust that shit. I have 2 cats. They're definitely going to burn themselves on it. I'm not fucking with that. But I do like the concept. They look so cozy. Bring the ghost a boyfriend. How do you lure ghosts into your house? That seems like uncharted territory. My ghost is lonely. Please, someone. It's going to be like in Spiritfarer when Alice is like, hey, could you bring another sheep? If you find another sheep, could you bring it here to keep my first sheep company? And then the next time you see her, she's like, they don't like each other. They don't like each other. When's the podcast with Jesse? I don't know. We haven't talked about it in a hot minute. Just go to a graveyard and ask, hey, anybody here bored? You want a house? There's a mattress and maybe a kotatsu. I don't know. I haven't decided. Yeah. I think you could make one. It's essentially like a frame with legs, right? And then you have, if you wanted to forego the heater, if you were like, I don't want that potential like headache of me going to bed and then being like, fuck, I left the heater on, right? Just like leave that part out. Then essentially it's like a frame with legs and then a big ass blanket, right? That like fits to the frame, and then a top that goes on top and secures the blanket, right? That's like the general idea of the table. You could do that. Buy an already made table, shave like a foot off of the legs, cut the top off, get a cool blankie, bish bash bosh. Without the heater, isn't it just a table with a blanket nailed on? Yeah. It's fucking sick. I remember there was a picture. Would you nail the blanket on? No, I wouldn't. It would be like, it would... Oh my god. I wish that either I was better at describing things or that I could just, draw shit like immediately. But like, imagine like an L shape all around the edge, right? And then you had a blankie with a square cut out of it, and that slipped on top and sat inside of the L. And then you had, this is how I imagine it, and then you had a top, and the top slips on the top part of the L and pinches the blanket down. And then if you need to wash it, you just take the blanket off, throw it in the wash. Right? Checks out. Great. A ghost mailbox? Are you still on the how do we get my ghost a friend story? But then the tabletop wouldn't be secure? What do you mean? It's slipped on... it would be secure. Where's it going to go? You're looking at it. It's right here, right? Blanky, L shape. Top slips on. And then I guess I need a ghost mailbox. They're not, well, they could be associated, I suppose. I don't think the ghosts need to like use a mailbox in any place that really makes sense. So maybe instead of the heater, I just put a mailbox there and assume that if a ghost really wants to get in contact, if like they see that Tinder post and are like, hell yeah, that they'll just find it. There's a picture I've never been able to get out of my head of, it's like a top down. You could probably find it if you, I could probably find it. Kotatsu. This fucking picture. This picture, I can never get out of my head because I always think to myself, that looks like the most comfortable goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at this just tableau. Look at this. What the fuck? That looks so comfortable. Like the couch with the lean back. This part, you can't see. I'm circling it with my mouse and you can't see. But you like what a good combo of shit. Someone said orgy pit, and I nearly jumped on it to, like, explain all of the reasons why this would be the worst place to try and have an orgy, but I'm not going to. I think you know the answer. What? Anyways. Playing D&D there. Now that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. I would make that my D&D area. Faux show. I have friends who are like, I paid $1 billion. $1 billion for this giant ass table that has little divots in it for you to roll your dice into so they can't fall off the table. And it's made out of the most incredible wood ever created. And it's got my name engraved in it. And I'm like, that's amazing. I want this. I want this. The problem here is that also comes with the caveat of, and now my 6'4" husband is going to have to like basically sit on the ground, which he does not enjoy. I'm a floor person. I sit on the floor very easily and I enjoy sitting on the floor quite a bit. And Sam is the opposite, so I'm a floor person. I am. I was watching a video of an old lady who like lives in the woods because that's what I know my future is. So I'm just like doing some research. And anyway, this old lady, she was like, I just never got used to the idea that you're supposed to stand to do everything. And I was like, oh my God, this is resonating with me so much. She was like, why do I have to stand at counters? Why? Why can't I just do it all on the floor? I was like, this bitch gets it. This chick, she was like, I'm a floor person. I'm meant to be on the ground. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of steps. Like, imagine that you're in the kitchen. Everything that you do in the kitchen, you're standing up at a counter, right? So she, like, for her, again, being like living in a tent in the middle of the woods for the last however many years, for her, she's like, I sit on the ground to chop all my shit. I put it in a pan on top of my wood stove. And then I hang out on the floor. Like, and that's my natural state of being, is just like chilling on the floor. Why do we stand everywhere? This is making me angry now. Do you sit or stand in the shower? I am not one of the lucky sort of people that just has a seat in the shower. But also, as I've said before, my showers are maybe 5 minutes long. I do not like spending... I spend as little time in the shower as possible. So sitting is counterproductive to the process of just finishing the shower. I can't go into it again. I can't go into it again. Oh yeah, Sam, if Sam's like, we've got 30 minutes until we need to leave, I'm going to take a quick shower, with like quick being capitalized. I'm going to take a quick shower. I know we're going to be late. He will not, the shower will be at least 25 minutes, and then he'll like take a while like putting on clothes and everything. Like, I know that's like a whole long process for him, and I get it. I've had many friends in the past who are like, that's my decompression zone, right? When I'm in the shower, just the heat and the steam and everything, like the sound of the water, like it's just nice, right? You zone out. It just naturally happens. I get it. I just know it's a lie. I just know it's a lie when he says it. That's all. We've been together long enough. I don't like heat just in general. I can be in a hot tub for a couple of minutes. I can be in a bath for maybe 15 minutes max before I'm like, I don't feel good. I kind of want to be in here anymore. So I think it's an aspect of that, right? Showers are just me getting splashed in the face with water occasionally, which is irritating. And cold showers are great. But again, they're still fast, right? There's just like, as an explanation for why I take a quick shower, I just don't enjoy them as much as a lot of people do. Cold showers are fine. Once you're in there, it's fine. Unless you live somewhere freezing, then cold showers are awful. When I was in Ukraine and Kate was like, hey, by the way, sometimes we'll have hot water, but sometimes we will not. And it's really fucking cold. So just be aware. I would get up to take a shower and be like, let's roll the fucking dice, baby. Let's roll the dice. Let's see. And it was typically me, like, the water would come out and it was freezing cold. And I would be like, splash, 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 soap, soap, splash, 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 towel. Oh yeah, when it's really hot. Oh my god, especially like here. Now that I've realized how humid it can get, cold shower is necessary. Necessary. At that point, it's a competition with the water. I will win. Yeah, we were living, or rather, I was staying with my friend who was living at the school that she taught at because she was Peace Corps. So the home that they were able to provide her was on campus or like in the school. So there was nobody else there except us for the most part. And it was wild. Some things that I still think about though is like the town we were in was called Vlodomirets, and they had like just dogs everywhere, like stray dogs everywhere, which I believe was explained to me to be like kind of a normal thing. But the school, any of the food that the kids didn't eat got fed to the dogs. So they like fed all of the stray cats and dogs that were out there every day, which is very cute. They didn't throw it away. Yeah, Kate's big struggle was number one, not staying with a family or anything. Like she just stayed at the school, so she was on her own a lot. But also, they were taught Ukrainian, right? And in Ukraine, most adults, whether they realize it or not, I guess, speak a combination of Ukrainian and Russian. And so like pure Ukrainian is actually pretty rare. So all of the Peace Corps kids that were in Ukraine wound up learning Ukrainian before like being sent where they were supposed to be sent, and then being like, fuck, I need to learn Russian. I need to learn Russian now. So it was like a mad dash for a lot of them to learn some like key words in Russian, because otherwise they were still only understanding like 50% of what they were hearing. I don't know. I haven't talked to Kate in a long time, actually. Yes. Yeah, I did some coffee times from Ukraine as well. Mutually Assured Seduction. That's such a good name. I did some coffee times from Ukraine. And the entire time my face was breaking out so badly. I don't remember a lot of the Ukrainian that I was taught to like get around. I remember "Я не понимаю," which I think meant I don't know. I remember "Добрий день" and "Добрий вечір." It's like good day and good evening. And "Дякую," thank you. But at the time I like Kate taught me how to buy stuff, like the sort of phrases I needed to know in order to buy things. And stuff like that. What year were you in Ukraine? I don't remember. I don't remember, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Hi, Juntman. I have not ever watched or looked into the like kids series version of any of the Moomin stuff. The only Moomin things that we have that I have read are the two like baby pop-up books that Clark loves. So there's one that's like a touch and feel book and one that's like a keywords book. She loves both of those. Those were sent to us by one of you guys. And then one of you also sent one of the actual Moomin books, which is depressing, by the way. And so we've read that, or at least most of it. I still think I've never finished it because she has like a threshold of amount of time that she'll let me read that book before she's like, let's read a different one because there's no pictures. But yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about what like modern day Moomin stuff is. Random Rocker, thank you for the 5 years, by the way. I just saw that. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. I hope you're doing well. Hoofsa? What is Hoofsa? Is that a Moomin thing? Hoofsa Moomin? The Groke? She appears as a ghost-like hill-shaped body with cold staring eyes and a wide row of shiny teeth. Is that it? There's a horror episode where she's introduced. What the hell? I mean, she's not like, she doesn't look, well, I don't know. Never mind. Now that I'm looking at all of the other images, terrifying. There's one picture where she's smiling though. She seems very happy. Ugh.
Welcome, you.
Kazuk, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang.
Burrito babe.
Or Kazuki, maybe is what your name is supposed to be. Hi, emote. That's good. Is that Zeke? Yeah. That's good. It's going to be my first day back at the gym, 7 months today. Wish me luck. Good luck. Be safe, etc. Have you read many of the Sherlock stories? I have, but I haven't reread them in years and years and years. I have the, like, complete Sherlock Holmes there. She says, drink water. I love that bottle. Sam got it for me for my birthday. It flashes at me when it thinks I need to drink water. Yeah, when I haven't exercised in a while, specifically if I try to, you know, like power walk on the treadmill or anything like that, my legs start to violently itch. So if I haven't exercised in a while, I know that when I go to the gym, at some point, whether I'm on like the elliptical or whatever, my legs will start to get really, really itchy. And apparently it is akin to like an allergic reaction. So Sam and I are always like, well, I'm allergic to working out, so I'm going to have to push through that. It sucks, dude. I hate it. I'm glad that I'm not alone, but it does suck, yeah. Sam and I both have different like things to work through. Mine easy, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. Sam gets what's called exertion headaches. There is not really a fix for them. The first, I want to say like month when he starts working out consistently again, the first like month or so, he gets a headache every single time he works out. And he's already prone to headaches, right? So like once a month, he's already getting a migraine that lasts anywhere from 2 days to a week. And then if he's also working out, he's having like a daily couple hour long headache as well. They suck. Yeah, it sucks. And he's looked it up before and it's like, some people just get them. There's not really anything you can do. He's like, cool. So I can deal with some itchy legs, you know? At least I don't get a headache. The price for God gamer energy, you know? My sweet love. Imagine trying to do something good for your body and being rewarded with a fucking headache. That's literally what he winds up saying, though, is like, I'm just trying to get back into being. He remembers the point when he does push through it. He remembers like finally hitting the point where he can work out easily and not get a headache and be doing good. So he's always like, I know if I just commit, I can get there. But it sucks also knowing that every single time I have to like be really strict with myself and push through this really long period of time until my body stops giving me a headache. Who would you like Sam to cosplay? He basically cosplays John Wick every day, so I don't... Well, aside from, like, the suit. In a suit, John Wick would be good. I think that would be wheelhousey. He's done The Witcher now, which is great. I thought of one the other day, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't remember, but... Should Sam wear a suit every day? I really want to buy a suit. I need a suit for Jeannie's wedding, whenever that winds up happening. All weddings are up in the air right now, to be honest. But like, I'm one of Jeannie's bridesmaids, and she was like, wear whatever you want. This is the color palette. I want everybody to feel comfortable. And I was like, holy shit, this is my opportunity to get a suit. I will never buy a suit for myself for no reason. And most weddings, if I'm in the wedding, I'm asked to like wear a dress. So if you're telling me I can just wear like a dope ass suit, as long as it's the right color, then I'm going to do that. And she was like, do it. So I need to get a suit, my first suit ever. It'd be so fun. Cosplaying Zachy. What is the color palette? It's very like, so we were all given, when we were asked to be bridesmaids, we were all given these really cool flower crowns. And so we decided as a group that we would all wear these crowns. Because originally she was like, no, they were just a gift. You don't have to wear them. But we were like, no. We're all going to wear these crowns. And then we were like, let's just get outfits that match the crowns. And then we'll all like look like we're uniform along with the crowns, and the crowns all match, right? So my crown is all dark red and orange, which is great. Like, love those colors. So I've been looking at a lot of like dark red, like kind of I don't want to go like winey, not like a purpley red, but like a really deep red, I think would be cool. So like flames. I'm going to dress as Guy Fieri and just show up and see how it goes. Yeah, like a burgundy color. That'll be my reception outfit. I'll have like a really sick tailored like velvet burgundy suit. And then when we do the reception, I'll just show up in shorts with a button-up shirt with flames all over it. Oh, I like it. Yeah, this is a good idea. This will go really well, I think. Oh my god, that's a much better idea, W Tile. Hidden snaps all along the suit. Rip it off. Guy Fieri underneath. Mwah. Great. We figured it out. That's what I'm wearing. A tearaway suit with a flame outfit underneath. Perfect. Girl Fieri. It's funny. My brother-in-law is named Guy. So my brain, for a very long time, I was like, what kind of name is Guy? But obviously now, Guy is just a name. Like a proper noun name to me. So I don't... Jokes like that take a second. I had to like take a second and be like, oh. They're just a guy. Yeah. It's such an American name. But Avi, I think, is in Israel, correct? And says that Guy is a very common name there. So what is it? I'm not your buddy, Guy. I'm not your guy, pal. Oh yeah, in France it would be like Guy, right? Is that right? Yeah. Sometimes I say things and then and then I'm like, that's out there forever if I really fucked up that info. Timmy Tim, thank you very much for the gifted sub. And Time Patches, thank you for subscribing. Had to sub for Girl Vieti. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Maybe this name is common everywhere in different forms. And we're just now finding out. Ooh. Ooh, this side of my back got tweaked a little bit. Love your Bulma figures. Thank you, my ladies. How do you get your hand out of a toilet? It got stuck. Are you asking us this through like speech to text? Are you just really good with one hand and you're not concerned about the phone falling into the toilet? I just have follow-up questions before we like address this. This is your life now, trapped in the toilet forever. Who would be your limited edition team-up superhero? If you could be a sidekick? Oh, like if I could be like the Padawan to someone, to an already existing superhero. I don't know. I have no powers. It would have to be somebody who can actually teach me to like do good shit with no powers. So there's Batman. I don't have his disposable income, and I'm not an acrobat, and let's be honest, he's shown like which direction he likes to go in with sidekicks. So none of that. Iron Man, I'm not smart enough to like pick up that torch. I don't know. Jessica Jones has powers. Jessica Jones is badass. Look, she'll have me, but like she's gonna have to deal with the fact that I do not have super strength. Squirrel Girl. Oh my god. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. You wouldn't be the next Iron Man. You'd be his sidekick. I know, but like, do you think that he's going to have the patience to be like, yes, I'm going to work with you every day, but you're not even a 10th as smart as me or understand anything that I'm fucking talking about? No way. No way. Did you decide when to play Dark Parables? I think we're gonna do like a weird skewed subathon that's gonna be entirely hidden object shit. And we'll just try to get through all of the Dark Parables. Or as many of them as we can. That's my plan. Crumbling Biscuit, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Okay. It is 3:30 here. I'm going to take off because we do really need to go to the supermarket. We have a bunch of Valentines to read off, so let's do that. Half Pint Hatter says a Valentine to all those like me, snuggled in bed, hungry, waiting for the hunger to outweigh comfort. Have a wonderful weekend. King's Warrior says happy birthday, happy Saturday to Dexbonus in chat. Wishing you all a wonderful weekend. I love and appreciate each of you. I want to make sure you know that I'm so glad that you're part of this awesome community. You're important and valid and smart and talented and wonderful and lovely and strong and brave, and I believe in you. Then they followed it up with, I know this may seem dumb or silly thing to waste a Valentine on, but this Valentine is for Stella and Daffodil. They may just be imaginary characters in a game, but they left a deep impression on me. This goes out to everyone who works with or cares for terminal patients. I'm sending you so much love and support. Thank you for what you do. Aw. Arkibun says, to anyone who is having a hard time with their art and such, I believe you can do it and reach new heights. Funbun says, happy Saturday to everyone. I wanted to pop in and spread some love. Crystal Ink says, roses are red, violets are blue. Chat, you make the world better by just being you. Cyber Panda says, I love y'all so much. This community is amazing. Everyone have an incredible weekend. Cave Mobster says, hello. I want to say that you're all wonderful human beings and that you make today better. Cookie says, it's closing on midnight for me. I'm going to hit the hay. Know that you're all heckin' amazing, awesome, and cute, and enjoy the new emotes. Thank you, Cookie. I know you're in bed. Thank you, Cookie, so much for the new BTTV emotes. They're very cute. And Fluffy says, happy Saturday, everyone. I hope you're all having a lovely day. If life or your brain gremlins are getting to you, please remember you're not alone. I'm sending you all the hugs you want or need. Piku and LWF reminded us to drink some water. Thank you both very much. April would like to give a sub to someone. A rando in chat with their channel points. Gift a sub to a rando. Gift a sub to a rando. This is from April. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. And Viridian, I'm going to give your points back because I didn't do the cheers. I'm the worst. Bam. Bam. All right, and what's been going on here? Chirowin, thank you for the 8 months. Anise Revenge for the 11. Loey for the 34. Legacy Star Killer for the 14. Oz Frog Girl for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. Ains, thank you for the 5. Weirwood for the 23. Deacon for gifting a sub. Difficult Deb for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Magic Maddie for the 35. Cordry for the 72. Lord Nova for the 31. Gmads for the 38. Joni was taken for subscribing. Underpaid Mom for subscribing. Both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Hello Bedlam for the 44. Sam the Coconut for the 6. Parade of Laughter for the 6 as well. Megolodon for the 36. Happy 3 years. Thank you so much. Wild Gamer Angel for the 59. Bread Attempts for the 11. Galactic Punk for the 3. Raxy for the biddies. Pip Plays for the 3 years as well. Happy anniversary. Companda for the 14, Diam for all of the gifted subs, Rakia for the 66, Ninjili for the 2 years, happy anniversary, Lobster for the 6, Raspberry Night for the 47, Arcadum, thanks again for swinging by, bud, thank you for the 5 months, Dinah for the 41, Gretzen Blue for the 5, Omnimon for the 5 years, happy anniversary, Arthritic Eyeballs for the 50 months, Masona for the 69, Arnar for gifting a sub, Archibun for gifting a few subs as well. Thank you guys. Nerdy Living for the 2, Crystal Links for the 29, Plasma Ghost for the 19, Ravens for the 6, Caustic Bandage for the 2, Arnar, thank you for gifting another sub, Shifty Monk for the 46, Teviston for the 45, Dawn Seeker for the 64, Avi, thank you very much for all of those gifted subs during the break. Thank you. It's amazing. Davj, thank you for the 4. Siberial, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. How about a slice? Thank you for the 3. Lysara for the 6. Watcher for the 68. Random Rocker for the 5 years. Happy anniversary. Breebot for the 28. Nadriachi for the 50. Kazuki for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Happy Nerd for the 3. Timmy Time or Timmy Tim, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Time Patches, thank you for subscribing. Again, welcome. April, thank you for the 27. Ben Skeen for the 49. Crumbling Biscuit, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Unspeakable for the 58. And you guys are great. Thank you very much. If you were gifted a sub today, please take the time to say thank you. If you're new here, thank you very much for checking out the stream. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come back. Our community's super cute. I was going to say cool, and then I went with cute, which I don't know if that's a good sell or not. But yeah, I hope that you guys come back. We would love to have you. Let's open up Raid Leader. First come, first serve. If somebody has a person that they would like to suggest for the raid today. Cheese pizza. Wait, is this the chess guy? No, I'm literally making a cheese pizza. No, it's the pizza guy. Okay. There's a chess guy that we raided a long time ago who his symbol was cheese. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He's making pizza. Go say hi, spread love, spread joy, etc. I hope you have an amazing day. Misdemeanor is tonight. It's a pirate-themed D&D game with me and the completionist and Super Shigi, the game composer, and Dookie Shed, who is lovely. And the 4 of us going on pirate adventures. If you want to come and watch that, that would be amazing. It's on Brett Ultimus's channel in a few hours at 9 p.m. my time, which is a while from now. I don't know. But take care, guys. I will see you either for Misdemeanor or for MangaPod tomorrow or for Godforge tomorrow or maybe for none of those. And I'll see you when I see you. Okay? Mwah! Bye-bye.